welcome back to another episode of Foster Talks. And today I have with me a marketing professional, a writer, a blogger, an author for that matter, and a food blogger, a foodie, somebody who's had a lot of professional experience in some really big companies, who's done crazy degrees from crazy big huge institutions long before, and today who's working very closely with a lot of authors, marketing their books, helping them find their voice in the market where it's extremely crowded, and also at the same time an established food blogger. I have with me today Mr. Karan Puri. Karan, welcome to Foster Talks.
Hi Nagma, thank you for having me on the show.
More than happy to have had you. How's your day been? How excited are you? We've been discussing about having this Foster Talk since a very long while. Finally, we are here. So, how do you feel?
So, apart from promoting other authors, we finally get to sit here and talk about my next book.
Yeah, exactly.
And my earlier books also. So it's like something refreshing, something new, and I'm excited that the food book, which is very close to my heart, is my next book, and it's going to be published soon. So just waiting for that.
Interesting. So till now in the market, you've had two books.
Yeah.
Shit Happens, an American boy, an Indian boy who's in America Daisy boy in America trying to figure out his life, and then we all know what Me Too is all about.
Oh yes.
And today also it's again back in, I cannot call it trend because I cannot happily be telling about it, but then so this is something that a very huge social issue that you've taken up, and you've interviewed people, you've talked to a lot of them, taken up their personal experiences, converted them into a book to make sure people understand what's really going on. How was the entire experience? Because both these books, which we've already published, are of two different genres altogether. One is very happy, easygoing, fun, light, and one is it's deep. Yeah. So how was this journey for you as an author? How has it been so far?
See, during lockdown is when I got started with the Me Too book, and that time I had just quit my corporate role and I had time so I went ahead and interviewed a lot of women who had actually gone through. So did a lot of research, then studied how they came out of all that and how they were able to come out of it and do something about it and tell the world about it, and they had the courage to do the courage to speak out and voice themselves. So that was very brave, and as a male I wanted to bring across the point that men also have to take the initiative in order to stop all this heinous crimes from happening. And these Me Too acts are basically a cultural shift is very important, which has to take place. And so that's why I when I'm talking to my children, I'm not only talking to my daughter but also my son, and educating them about what is what is a good thing, what is a bad touch, what is a good touch, those kind of things. It is very important for even men to know, and also what they should be doing, how they should be addressing women, how they should be talking to women. That is very important for me. I think that in terms of I think in India especially, apart from the law, which is also not that stringent. So that is another, the culture is what we need to change, and the habit and the whatever mindset of the people, that is very important to change. And as someone said, I recently read that on social media, if someone is talking some derogatory stuff about women, other men and women also, they should not encourage them. They should reply to them and answer them back and tell them to stop it. It's not funny. It's not a joke, and they should not be doing it, right? So if you don't say anything against it, then you are actually motivating them.
Acceptance.
So it's kind of motivation. So you should not be doing that.
What is your take on the youth today? Because honestly, like when you're office setups, when you're with amongst your friends,
Yeah.
there are a lot of debates that comes when it's come to these kind of topics. So some come from the background that no, we need to be more careful, or we need to protest the incidents that are happening recently. We
Right.
need to go ahead and protest. Some come from the background ki, what's the use in protesting because that's already happening.
Right.
But then what you need to do is bring out the topic now so that such incidents don't happen
Yes.
again. So
They
what
say-
is your take in
They
this?
say that the public, their mind and their thinking is just like people tend to forget basically
Yeah.
very fast. So doing this regularly,
Yeah.
protesting,
Yeah.
and ensuring that once the rule is passed, only then you stop protesting. That is very important.
Yeah.
Right? So when you are at it, you just go, get whatever changes you want. You get it as a public. That is very important. If whoever is doing, an NGO is doing it, or people are supporting it, they should wholeheartedly do it and just get whatever they want to achieve, and then only stop. It's
True.
like you should not die down.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
very
true.
important.
Yeah, very true.
So that is very important. I think we should change these laws,
Yeah.
which are really. I mean, you take any other country, the laws in India.
Very strict, yeah.
Yeah,
We are
So
not.
that's a
For us,
shame.
it's not.
and if the law, the education,
Mhm.
these two things, they're very important. And if they are not there,
Mhm.
and then you can't think about the basic stuff. If you don't have the basic things, like these things, education, your other things, then I mean, what else can you expect from a nation?
True. But then I'm sure this would have been a very immersive journey for you writing this book then.
Yes. I
Amazing.
mean, it's still it's so relevant, and it's like
Yeah.
there are a lot of people talking about it.
It is true.
So I hope something happens and there's a change that we are able to bring across soon on
True.
this matter.
Yeah. Good luck to all of us about that. And what is Shit Happens about? How has
Shit
that been? That was your
happens-
first book, right?
Yeah.
That was the very first one you
So very first, so the journey. This was in 2012.
Yeah.
So I had worked for 6-7 years in the corporate space, and I had before that I had studied in the US. In upstate New York, and I wanted to share the experience.
Yeah.
I saw that a lot of students, there was a brain drain, and a lot of students were going abroad to study. Always US, Canada, and Middle East, or some countries where
Yeah.
students keep on going
Yeah.
there. Still, again, that is the education system in India, which,
Yeah.
which is one of the factors. So for that, I wrote a humorous account for students who want to go abroad, and how for a desi boy like me, it was like how different it was to experience people from different cultures,
Okay.
how to mix with them, how to gel with them, and a lot of interesting stuff we learned
Oh.
about different cultures.
Yeah.
So
I could
so,
connect
yeah.
with a lot of people.
yeah. So it was very interesting 4 years, and it's a 4-year bachelor course. So
Interesting.
it's
And
a
this
roller
is from your
coaster ride.
personal experiences
Personal
and
experiences and accounts and
Wow.
research, and so it was very fulfilling to write it. And then once I wrote it, I
Mhm.
was not sure if it's going to get published.
Okay.
Because that time there were not many publishers
Yeah.
in 2012.
2012. Yeah.
And I got, I think, many rejections wherever I tried.
Yeah.
And then suddenly a friend of mine told me, who's an editor, she told me from Prakash Books now, which is now Fingerprint
Yeah.
Publishing.
Yeah.
I think so they really liked the book and the title,
Wow.
and
Okay.
instantly in the next 2 months when it released, it was a big hit.
Oh.
The India Today bestseller list
Yeah,
also.
it was. Yes. Oh, that's
So
really nice.
that was very interesting, and I was very happy with the kind
Obviously.
of
The response. And those
accolades
days,
and-
I mean, there's very less books, very less
Yes.
authors.
very less
This was a
also.
very hard industry to penetrate
Yeah.
into, and being a bestseller at that point was something huge.
So that motivated me. That's how I came on social media,
Ah,
and I promoted my book, and
Yeah.
it really helped.
yeah.
And then it motivated me to help other authors. There was I got a lot of reader feedback,
Yeah.
a lot of readers wanted to write books. So I encouraged them, and I gave them the opportunity, to get published. So they were very happy. So it felt really fulfilling for me. So that's how I started then promoting authors.
Yeah. But where did your inspiration for writing come in? Have you always been somebody who's been writing, or
Yes,
a
I mean,
reader? How was that?
After college, I started actually writing a lot. I started my own blog
Okay.
when I came back to India from the US. And then that's how the journey started. And then I opened my own restaurant during the time when I released my book. And at that time, I actually, started going to a lot of different restaurants and trying new foods and new cuisines. And the mall culture had just started in India. So that was a good time, and I became, slowly I got too interested in this, and then I became a food influencer. And my blog was doing well, so I said, why not continue it? And then, that was my second passion. It started food as a food influencer. And then I became a lifestyle.
Lakhs of followers on Instagram is not a small thing. So this is definitely not a pastime thing that you have there. It's something very serious.
Yeah, I mean, that's a part of, what I actually am on Instagram, what I am. So that's very important. If you are not yourself, then I don't think it will work.
True. Yeah, keeping your raw self out there, being genuine as much as possible, telling frankly what you have to say. Yeah, even I feel these are very, very important stuff. But then how has a food blogging journey helped you? When you tell me that you have a new book coming out, which is about food, so how has this journey entirely been? And I'm really glad you didn't just skip off just following the food part of it, but you're still coming back, building a book on it, still hanging on to your writing journey as well. So how has this experience been for you?
So when I see the food business, and when I go to a lot of hotels and restaurants, and I'm invited to review a lot of these new places, and even for staycations at hotels, where the hotels want to promote their restaurants, their new if it's a new property, then all over North India and other places.
Lovely.
So for that, then I saw that there are a lot of chefs who are writing recipe books and other kind of books, but there's no such book which has information on the Michelin chefs all over the world, right? So I researched that and found out through my network who are the Michelin star chefs
in
and
India,
who are running all over the world.
all over the world,
And who are running successful restaurants all over the world. So interviewed them, got information from them about their story, their journeys.
Whoa, okay.
So that's
Interesting.
the very important part of the book. And apart from the recipes and short stories which I have for the younger generation who want to write about food or are interested in food. So young chefs. So I have some interesting stories for them also in the
This
book.
is very interesting, because I think when you say Michelin chef, like me,
Michelin
a common person who's not into food
Yeah,
blogging or
obviously
anything in
they
the
won't know.
industry,
Yeah.
you know the terms because it's been part of all the Netflix series. It's
Yes.
a fancy term that you think of something happening in Paris, anywhere in Europe or anything for that matter. Not really much. But then of course there's been a lot of TV shows nowadays because of which we know a little bit about Michelin
You can
chefs
see
and everything.
YouTube, you can see Netflix, Amazon Prime. You will find a lot of food shows. So there's a lot of information.
Exactly.
So, for an author, that's the first question that you get. Everything is on video, everything is available online on YouTube. Why are you writing a book? So you have to be different. You have to sell your book. So it has to be interesting. It has to be picked by people. Otherwise, it will be there on the shelves in the bookstore or just on Amazon.
My curiosity, how many Michelin chefs are there in India?
In India, not many. Only one.
Oh, really?
Only one.
Oh, that's surprising. I was hoping at least you would tell them 10 to 15, not much, but then 10 to 15. Oh, really? Only one?
Yeah.
So is it difficult for...
I'm
is
talking
this
about a
concept?
restaurant.
Okay.
Restaurant is only one.
Oh, where is it?
It's in Mumbai.
Oh, really? So I was thinking... So, why is that? Like, this concept in India is not very valued or popular?
It's very, it's... now, to rate a restaurant and those criteria and everything, it's very strict. So accordingly, we have very few restaurants in India which have made the cut. So,
Oh my god. Okay,
so
that is
it's a
surprising.
lot of interesting stuff, and
Yeah.
part of a very good network of
Yeah.
hospitality. You
Yeah.
know, big wigs who are there, so you'll read stories and know about them also through the book. So lot of stuff to learn for foodies out there
Okay.
who are passionate about the hospitality
Wow.
industry.
What is the book called and when is it coming?
No, title is not decided.
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll still take some more time. Maybe
Yeah.
End of this year or next year?
Yeah, end of this year. we're
Oh,
planning.
interesting. Good luck with that.
Yeah, thanks,
That's going to
thanks
be
a lot.
amazing. Now, coming back to your journey with books.
Mhm.
Today, you are very popular as a book marketer. I've been
Mm.
I've been following your work. I mean, you've been helping us out at Foster
Yes.
Reads as well. So, you've been working with a lot of authors.
Yes.
How do you perceive this market of literature
Yes.
or industry of however you
It's
call it, the
booming
publishing
right
industry?
now.
How do you perceive it?
As I said, I recently went for a book launch with Mr. Shashi Tharoor was there,
Yeah.
and he also agreed that there are more writers now than readers.
Then readers, yeah. I think
So
this is
that's
true.
the market. You actually there are a lot of new authors
Yeah.
who are coming up and they want to come up with a book,
Yeah.
and the readership has gone down,
Mhm.
especially amongst the youngsters, the teenagers, the young kids also.
Mhm.
So that is a trend which is not right. And
Is it
we need to
the social
change
media
this.
and OTT
Yes.
boom?
Lot of that is the factor. So parents really need to inculcate that habit
Yeah.
among the children now. Again,
Yeah.
I make sure at least 1 hour a day my kids are reading. So
Oh,
that's very
really
important.
nice. Okay, that's
So,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, even I ensure my nephews do that. I mean,
Hmm.
as much as possible. They don't live with me, so basically,
Yeah.
that
And
is
then you
great.
take the kids to the bookstore,
Mhm.
give them that excitement of
Yeah.
how to hold the book and get a new
Make
one.
it fun for them,
Yeah,
basically.
make it fun for them.
That is true. No, but then that way, when you're talking about today, the education board, like even for CBSE for that matter, has
Mhm.
strictly inculcated reading habits into the
Yes.
curriculum.
Right.
And they've been having a lot of the top CBSE schools. I think it's part of the curriculum also. They have 1 week, every 1 hour is dedicated for reading. They have
Okay.
reading periods in schools.
Right.
So have you interacted with any schools recently?
Recently, I think through you, I have been in touch with few schools,
Yeah.
and definitely I would want to visit more schools. One of my known authors, Mr. Vivek Atre, is
Okay.
there. He visits a lot of schools and colleges, so he was telling me that I'll invite you for some of these sessions. So I would like to know what all is going on, because education is something which is very close to our
Yeah.
family also.
Yeah.
We are in the education business as a family. In Middle East and India also we have colleges. So I think that is something which needs a lot of improvement, and we can
Yeah.
definitely work on that. Because
Mm.
I saw a few memes out there on Instagram that Kachua and Khargosh,
Yeah.
that story is still going on. in
It
the
is. It
books.
is. It is.
So you can imagine, how much has changed.
Yeah, that is technically what you call the classics and the children's
Classics,
stories.
yeah.
They still stick on to the same. But then obviously
Hmm.
they have their own good values there. But then I think, because one thing even we've, as part of the lot of research that we've always understood is the children who read
Mhm.
more always have a capability to understand, grasp and process
Yes.
information a
Yeah.
lot faster or
Faster.
better,
Right.
which ultimately results in them performing better academically. Because
Okay.
let it be your science book, math book, social,
Mhm.
whatever it could be, you need to be able to understand what is in the textbook,
Mhm.
process it, and then
Right.
put it down and form up in answers on your test papers. So
Mhm.
this capability of the kids, or the skill sets of the kids, are improving a lot if they are actually a reader.
Mhm.
So I think this correlation could be what the government is also trying to promote. But I
Mhm.
really hope that the schools really adopt to it and everything. But yeah, that's one part of reading. So coming back to the book marketing industry today, you've been out there since 2012.
So,
Huge experience. That's
Right.
12 years we are talking about. So I'm sure you've done your share of marketing during Shit Happens. You've done your social media. You've done your own self. And without that, I'm sure, just like that, any book is not going to be a bestseller also. So you've done your part.
Yeah.
And today, there is reading habits going down. Somehow book sales are happening. There's a lot of authors. everybody is on social media. There are a lot of people doing book marketing, promotions, and all of that.
See, nowadays, every 6 months, social media is changing.
Yeah.
The algorithms on Instagram are changing.
Yeah.
So you really have to, find out what works for you, what doesn't work for you. It could be, YouTube is working for some people.
Yeah.
Instagram and Facebook work for other people.
Yeah.
So you have to see where your target market is also. That is also very important.
True.
So, example, if I am promoting a book of an author, then there are few things that I have to take care of. One is their, Amazon reviews.
Yeah, very much.
Amazon
Yes.
reviews have to be good. Your, then you have Amazon promotion, Amazon marketing, which is to be done.
Yeah.
That is there. Then you have your, on-ground events. You have to do a lot of book launches, a lot of readings, a lot of book readings and all. Your sessions, book lover sessions, book clubs, those things.
Yeah.
So all that is a mix which an author does. And a publisher, if it's, if you are not a self-published, then, it is easy for, the publisher is also supporting you.
Yeah.
Because they also have to make the money.
Yeah.
And the author just gets the royalty part.
Yeah.
So it's a publisher's book then. But for a self-published book, there's a lot of, effort that an author has to do.
Very much.
So for that, we help those authors who are self-published also.
Yeah.
In order to ensure that month on month their book is the focus is there and it gets the right amount of marketing which is needed. So I think it's changing a lot, and you are also in that field, and you know that authors are changing. Many new authors are coming up. A lot of corporate people who are writing books. A lot of known people, celebrities who are writing books. A lot of chefs are writing. So there are all kinds of people. So strategy has to be depending on what actually the book is targeting and what target market the author wants to reach. So all that is important, I think.
Is there any like a secret mantra? Like one of the easiest tip that every author, you feel that every author should adopt, which could help them with the success of their book?
For their book, they have to really believe in their book of what they have written, and once the book, very important, reaches the bookstores or Amazon. I mean, nowadays people just they just write a book, sell it on Amazon. They don't care about if it reaches the bookstores or not. So it could be that you do through Amazon marketing. You pump up a lot of money on Amazon, and that could be a shortcut, in the sense that in the first 2-3 months you make the book a bestseller, and then the sales automatically picks up, and the demand generates. So I think that is right now what is going on, and what I see in the market is that authors are pumping in money online.
That is true. What is your take on Kindle and paperbacks?
I think Kindle right now, many people are actually, reading on Kindle. So it's more of an international phenomenon, and I think people prefer paperbacks.
Yeah, even I personally think that. I always thought it's in my head, but I hope the industry also tells that same thing.
Yes, I think so. Because I know, through Amazon, a lot of Kindle sale happens. But I think generally it's out of India mostly.
Okay. What was the most difficult book marketing project that you've ever dealt with? Like, I'm not asking for the book's name, but from an experience perspective.
Book marketing project.
Was there any book like you really couldn't figure it out? Like, how exactly can this get into the market? How can you get readers for this book? Any books like that?
No, I don't think so. Not much recently, in the recent past, maybe earlier. Because earlier there were not many readers. So actually it was very tough. If you wrote a very niche book, so it was very tough to market that.
True.
So as I said, you have to know the market well.
I agree completely. Do you think, how much do you think, because honestly, this is some feedback that I've heard from a lot of authors also, that they said, I'm good at writing, which means it's a behind the screen thing. I'm very comfortable doing it. You tell me I need to write 100 blogs for my promotions, I don't mind doing it. But don't ask me to come in front of a camera. Don't ask me to look at social media. So this is something that
this is a
very common. You hear
roadblock
it
which is
from
there.
authors. So is there anything that you can suggest to the authors to come out of it? Or is there any trick that you can give me that I can convince the author? Like, what do you think about this?
It's very simple. I think if you're not able to market your book or talk about your book to your readers, then how will you promote it? So you have to come out there. You have to be very aggressive in your approach. You have to have the full knowledge about your book, about your whatever stream you've written on, and you have to be passionate about it. So it is very important. You have to be there at the book launches and other events. So I mean, you become another person. So for any writer, it is a very new experience, very enriching experience. So you have to come out of your comfort zone. That is very important, and that is what motivates me actually. Even getting the authors to understand how to make them market the book is like they are very excited when they actually come out and experience what they were missing earlier. So they start writing more and more, and I see a lot. My another author, which I'm promoting, the Red Munia, Ms. Kamini Puri, she's coming up with the second book.
Oh, really?
End of this year.
Oh, lovely.
Can
She
you
was telling
imagine
that she
that?
was writing a second book, but that's nice this year end.
So yeah, I mean,
That's a beautiful book though, yeah.
so that's very
Nice.
satisfying that
Oh yeah, very true. That is actually, I completely agree to it, because one way of looking at it, I've always heard authors tell it that whoever has tried, like they might be a little introverted earlier, but then they've tried getting out there, creating content, meeting people, going out there, being at events and everything. So one common thing that all of them has communicated is that the journey has been transformational.
Yes.
So they've changed as a person. And they've always told that before me doing this marketing or being out there with my book, I've been living inside a cocoon. It is comfortable. And the person has always been good with it. They might have always done a job which doesn't require too much of people interaction, or they've always been comfortable. But thanks to the book, now they are a very outgoing, people-friendly person. Yeah,
so that's very important. I mean, this is what I learned after writing my first book, and I love meeting new people, love talking to people from all over. So I enjoy events. So I go to a lot of events wherever I'm invited, and it's it's so good to meet new people and help out and learn from them, from new industries, new sectors, and you come to know so much new stuff. It's really amazing. It's very enriching. This is what I really look for. I make sure I do at least meet 3-4 people a day.
Oh, lovely. Okay, that sounds to be a nice, exciting day. With this, out of curiosity, something that I'm also trying to kind of figure out. Do you think? I know there are a lot of authors who very genuinely help each other out. But do you think authors are also sometimes mind blocked about promoting another authors because they think they're cannibalizing each other?
If you see my Instagram, I promote other authors more than myself. So that's how you do it. After some time, you just you can't promote yourself, right? Or I don't talk about myself more. People should be talking, right? That's how you do it.
True.
So that's very important. So I mean, maybe it's in my nature or something. I don't know. But I mean, this mindset has to change.
Because I've always had this, when you're asking authors to go or give them invites to other events which could be in the similar genre, so that we know that the reader, the crowd is also the similar. But I've had a lot of authors who's had mind blocks in those areas. It's like, no, it's a different author's event, why should I go? Sometimes it is, why should I go? Because it's like, why should I go? Why will I go talk about a different author? Sometimes it's actually that, and sometimes it's also that mind block of, no, will that author feel bad because I'm also an author?
No,
I would not
wherever-
want that other author.
Wherever which book launch I've gone to,
Mm.
the author have actually welcomed,
Ah,
and they've taken, got me on stage also
Yeah.
many times.
yeah.
Just to, because they're happy that there's another author which is there at their event.
Amazing. Ah, that's interesting.
So
Oh, good.
that is there. Plus,
Hmm.
I think there's a lot of things that actually in the publishing industry
Yeah.
have changed.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of new publishers come up. Your company,
Yeah.
is one of the leading startups which is bringing about a lot of change, and they're doing good stuff for even self-published authors,
Mm.
like publishing,
Yeah.
Amazon marketing, and on-ground marketing which you're doing. It's amazing. I mean, this is what actually is you helping build a new culture.
Yeah.
I hope you're able to build more readers also.
Yeah,
like,
definitely. Exactly. I was about to come back to
Yes.
that question as well.
Yeah.
How do you think, like today, when we kind of feel that the readership overall,
Mm-hmm.
the people who read is kind of coming down,
Mhm.
how do you think we can go back to the youth? I'm not even telling the older generation, because they
Right.
might be actually stuck in their own habits.
Yeah.
But maybe the school students or the college students, what do you think we can do to get them to read more?
I think a lot of events. I'm sure you must be planning some of these.
We are
events.
definitely doing, but then
But,
somewhere, I think we always end up getting people are already reading. I'm not sure if we have been successful enough to create more readers. I think there's somewhere that we are also trying to struggle and figure it out, because we want us people to read more. So it's not just about, if I'm reading 5 books, it's not about me reading 10 books. It's about me creating another 5 people who at least read 1 book.
Right.
I think somewhere this is not been that effective yet, but any tips on that?
Yeah, I think if these book clubs and all do help.
Mm.
So that is, I think, one area where we can do it. Maybe make them a part of the book clubs.
Yeah. Mm.
Then,
Being with like-minded people.
Yeah, their residential area or their area where they're working.
Yeah.
Maybe they can do that. In corporates, I think
Mm.
a lot of corporate
Yeah.
people are releasing their books. So
Yeah.
in corporates, these kind of events will do very well.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you want, we can plan some
Oh
corporate
yeah,
events.
more than happy to. My final last question to you. Now, keeping aside your upcoming book
Mhm.
and keeping aside the current thing and keeping
Yeah.
aside your author marketing that you're doing, what are you up to nowadays? Because I've also heard that you have a magazine that
Yes,
you edit.
I'm
So
an
what's
editor.
going on in your professional life?
So I'm always been into blogging,
Yeah.
content, and everything.
Yeah.
So I was offered this editor-in-chief role in a lifestyle magazine, which is more of a travel magazine now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's called Invoke Life, and the website by invokelife.com.
Yeah.
And it just it gives opportunity to people
Yeah.
who to write, to come out with their story,
Yeah.
their
I've heard it is
experience.
crowdsourced.
Yeah, crowdsource. So with their experience, now currently, so once it's I think 6-7 issues have been done,
Oh,
and we are just finishing a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm coming up with a luxury edition,
Oh,
which is
okay.
not been done yet. But yeah, I mean that's the idea, how to market the magazine more.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
that's one new niche that we are targeting. Let's see how it
Okay.
goes. But I think it's very important that all the influencers and all,
Yeah.
what the travel influencers and all their
Yeah.
experiences. So we recently did a contest, and now we have a photography contest which is going on.
Oh, lovely.
So for the travel influencers and the photographers, it's something which excites them also now.
Mm.
So there's growing communities
Yeah.
and building communities is what we're focusing on now.
Amazing. That is great.
Magazine readership is at a new low, so we're trying
Oh
that.
yeah, people don't subscribe to magazines
Yeah.
anymore. There's too much of
So
content
now-
available just online. They're out on social media, so subscription to magazines.
So it's a challenge that
Yeah.
so people want to what they want to read. So we really have to be on top of our game to do that. So let's see. Maybe maybe there's some other kind of an industry I can target, or a new niche I can find. Let's see
Wow,
what
I love
happens in
the
the next few
positive
months.
attitude. Amazing. Thank you so much for being here with us, Karan, today.
Pleasure to
It's great. I would have to have interacted with you about your books, about your journey, about your food, blogging, part of it. That is interesting. And
Yeah.
good luck with the magazine. And good luck with your upcoming book. I really hope to see it doing
Yes,
really good.
yes.
Really looking forward
I
to
hope
it.
you know this. I'm pitching it to a web series also.
Me too.
So I hope the
Wow.
Me Too comes on Netflix or Amazon somewhere on
So
OTT, and you never know.
Yeah,
how it goes,
whoever's
and
seeing
then
this,
we can-
please, that's a pitch as well. Please do check this out. Who knows? From Voster Talk, we'll get an OTT offer. Yeah, I'll come back
So
for my
that is
share.
one. As a script writer and and as a writer, there's one new kind of sphere which excites me, wherein you can write new stories and get yourself featured in this. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities now
Definitely.
for youngsters, so
Yeah.
definitely, a lot of scope is there.
True. Amazing. Thank you so much for being here today. Wishing you
Thank you.
all the best in all the endeavors that you come through in your life. And
Thank you.
once again, thank you so much for being part of Foster Talk.
Thanks
It
a
was
lot for
lovely
the good
having
work
you.
you're doing, and
Thank you so much.
all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.